Hello everyone. The purpose of the videos I'm going to be posting over the next couple of days are a number of updates and recommendations and a few reviews. I think the most important one so far is I want to talk about a book. But before anything else, to people who follow me because of Witch on the Rocks, Sammy Spirit, my eBay name is sarahwithstars, with asterisks at the beginning and end, and I'm selling a few of my crystals that I have since replaced with larger, more collector's items. There are a couple of sets, kind of 3 or 4 tumbled stones with free bits. I just wanted to point out that they are very reasonably priced. Most of them have been sourced locally, in terms of they're bought from shops around me rather than from China. I know we've had this conversation about the quality of quartz and things that you buy from sellers in China, but they have all been bought in shops around the UK, mainly in Norwich and Devon, and there are a few items that I've had from overseas with other things I've purchased. So I'll put that information below, and if you just wanted some cheap tumbled stones in various sets, I think I've got a strength set, a anti-anxiety set at the moment. I've sold my trial size calcite, but I just wanted to point out that I'm there and they're very loved stones, and I would want them to go to a nice home. Okay, so what I'm going to start off with is, this is a review mainly for my pain support guys. This is a book by Anne Rush called The Way of Stretching, Flexibility for Body and Mind. I'm doing this on the upstairs computer because it's not a reversed camera. I thought that might be a bit more useful for us. So this book, Flexibility for Body and Mind, is an interesting book. I bought it completely by chance off eBay for less than £2, I think, in the end. And I bought it because it was marketed in the mind and body and soul section of eBay. And I was looking for some new exercises to do. And I got so much more than my money's worth. I've already mentioned this on the Pain Support website in our exercise conversation, but I just wanted to do a wider spread kind of overview of what this book entails. So, first of all, this is a completely different approach to exercise than anything I've ever read before. The whole idea of this book is to challenge your idea on flexibility and on the way you stretch. Now, usually when you go to a gym or to a class, or even when you go to a physiotherapist, the idea of stretching is reps, reps, reps. All about the repetition, sets of 15, sets of 30. Now, these are all in sets of 4. So you do the stretch all the way, you then do half the stretch, a quarter of the stretch, and then you do a whole stretch again at your full flexibility. And the idea behind this is that instead of pulling a muscle in terms of increasing flexibility by stretching a muscle, instead what you're doing is you are encouraging the muscle to lengthen while completely minimizing your chance of pulling the muscle painfully or tearing the muscle. Now, I know in bodybuilding, the whole purpose of some exercises is to tear the muscle so that when the body heals, you then heal with more muscle mass and more muscle bulk and more muscle length in that way. But this book is so brilliant for people who have dodgy and unreliable parts of their body, because that is never the idea. And obviously if you're only doing 4 movements and 2 of them are the full stretch, then the idea is to space out your reps, so you do them maybe 6 to 10 times a day, but you never reach the point where you are in significant pain, or you are reaching a point of tiredness and severe fatigue like you would do in an abs class or similar. But what is lovely about this is that it's all divided into the chakras. So the exercises go round your body, and there's an exercise for every part of your body, but it's divided into the chakra regions, and you're given a mind and body connection basics lesson into kind of the mentality and the meditations and the affirmations that can make stretching more useful physically, and in terms of using it as a meditation, calming, stress relief exercise. The part that I wanted to read out actually is this amazing description excuse me, on how to breathe into a body part. And I'm just going to read part of it, I'm not going to read all of it. But we have modern technology that can locate and measure electromagnetic currents in the body. Centuries ago, yogis felt that these subtle currents, during their practice and including systems for directing the currents, deepen the energizing effects of their movements. You can do a simple exercise with your hands to feel these currents. Now, this is the idea of when you move your hands apart and together and you feel the energy in them. I know that Shoe Whisperer's done a video just demonstrating that, and it's a great one for kind of feeling energy, but also it's a great way to kind of feel the physical effects of a movement. The idea is that you breathe and you move your hands together until you start to feel some resistance, and then you play with the ball of energy, as Mandy always says, play with the ball of energy. And so after you've done that, initially try the technique with your hands, and later you can try directing the energy to any part of your body. And directing the breath is key. And I'm just going to skip over until it says, some positions intensify the current flow. Allow your hands to move slowly in any direction they want, and try holding them different distances apart to see where the current feels stronger. The more relaxed and direct your breathing down your arms becomes, the stronger the sensation will be. Try to imagine that a line is running from the centre of the top of your skull through the centre of your body and down the length of your spine. This is the axis of all your movement. And imagine your limbs and bodies moving around this as you exercise. As you breathe in, direct the air down this line and see where it feeds off to these different limbs. You need to move the joints in your body or the synovial fluid will dry up, which causes your joints to become tense and tight. And moving them even a tiny bit each day will keep your joints producing the fluid, which keeps them flexible. That's the kind of idea, but the entire chapter is it's only about 3 pages long, this, and it's just a great explanation. And then it just says at the end, it's lovely. Fill your life with simple treats, luxuries and happy experiences. Lavish your loved ones with frequent small signs of affection. Keep your body feeling great. Stretch your pleasure quota. Ease your mind and your muscles into it and begin. And I just think that's such a lovely little way to finish the introduction. I'm sure if any of you know me well, you know that my idea of random acts of kindness and ensuring that you are actively showing love to those you care about is very important, and the whole idea of life being short and being, fragile. And I just thought that was just a lovely way to finish it. You know, it almost assumes that a person reading this book might not be in the best mindset, and just popping that in there was just a nice reminder. So as you work your way through, there is an explanation of the mind-body connection in terms of the specific associations of the chakras. And then there is a separate chakra meditation, a mantra, for each of the chakras that you then address. And it works right the way through. And so here is the section that kind of introduces it. It's kind of that thick. And here is the exercises section, which is a lot thicker. And then there are exercises that have like a key next to them. Oh dear, come on, coordinate. There's good diagrams that are really simple to follow, and if there is a key in the corner, it means they are essential, and it's so you can alter the time that you spend doing it. So if it's got a key by it, it exercises every part of that chakra, which means that if you only have time to do one, do a key exercise, and it's great. So there's loads of different aspects to this book. It's not just a pain thing, and it's not just a meditation thing. It's not even a book of physio exercises. It is honestly just different stretches and calming meditation words and mantras that can accompany them, and a different way for you to view kind of maintaining your body. This certainly has removed every aspect of exercise being a chore. It's more, these exercises are just something to incorporate into your life, and if you're careful, there's no reason for you to be completing these to cause any more of a flare than you might already be in. If you're like me, I'm incredibly flexible because I've always worked very hard at maintaining my flexibility, because becoming stiff is the last thing I need on top of my baseline pain. But I certainly feel that this is one of the easiest ways to maintain my flexibility that I've ever found, and I can't really market it in a more positive way than that. So I'm just going to show you again. This is The Way of Stretching, Flexibility for Body and Mind by Anne Rush. There are loads. She's written quite a lot of books actually, and they are all on these lines. Obviously I can't comment on the ones I haven't read, but I think this is certainly a book that anyone who meditates a lot, and anyone who has a chronic pain issue and is always being encouraged to do certain form of exercise that they feel is out of their reach, this needs to be part of your collection. So I will be around for the next couple of days, and I hope you won't be sick of the sight of me. It's lovely to see you. Bye.